Yep, apparently Darktide is getting new enemies, so let's see this stuff then. Okay. Alright, here. Jesus, loud. More armor, cool. That also seems to be a new map, no? Doesn't this look like somewhat of a different map? At first I thought it's TRS 150, but... that's not TRS here. What the fuck is that mask? I mean, he looks cool, I like this. That does look pretty cool. But that map looks different. It's like a Kid Bash map from TRS stuff. That's how it looks, kinda. This map right here that they're showcasing. The mask looks kinda goofy on him, not gonna lie. He looks kinda weird, but he's still cool nonetheless. I do like the idea behind this. And the map does look like it's a Kid Bash. What I'm getting at is that Chaos Wastes also had maps of a Kid Bash. So that could mean that this is one of the Chaos Wastes maps. This part is nowhere on... this is nowhere inside of any of the maps that we currently have. This kind of slope right here. At least I'm pretty sure. Ogren Pugmaster, have you ever wondered who takes care of all of those Pug sounds running around in Tertium? Well, I kind of expected it to not be an Ogren, but you know. Pog sound of you, guessed it, armor. This enemy is what we could call a side grid to the normal Pog sound. All that armor is giving it more health than the already existing Hound, so it's harder to take down. But at the same time, all that metal makes it slower, then it's less. You may want to circle around and attack the unarmored weak spot or the other bugs for some extra damage. So they get inherent like backstab damage. Interesting. Seasoned Pog sound hunter is a new challenge. Yeah, bro, the only time. Yeah, it could be someone they set up for a video, yeah. Pugmaster is Pug, so you only encounter these hounds when he's around. Okay, so that's also pretty good as well. So they won't be an addition that just happens. So he's a special enemy for sure. We wanted to add another monstrosity to the enemy roster for some while now. And the other is the fact we have wanted to make a monstrosity that is a bit less demonic or mutated. So this is a boss. It's not a special. It's a monstrosity. That's interesting. Yeah, it's an Ogren monstrosity. A fast and heavy bruiser type of an enemy. He won't have any problem charging into the fray. He's back, shocking prot, ready to bash some agents of the Imperium. He's a melee fighter that will do his utmost to get into your face. This weapon also applies a debuff to players. Leave you with speed reduction and slower dodge replenishment. Oh god, that's a troll. It's an empowered troll from Vermintide. I don't even... the design is cool and all, but this part, the debuff is really bad. Okay, Hexcom is not gonna do Ogrens. Maybe they're gonna do some of the Ogrens, who knows? But yeah, that the speed reduction is lower, the dodge replenishment. It better be tied only to like some sort of attacks. But from how they are saying it here, it's probably just gonna be every single attack on his weapon that just applies a debuff to players. He will be joined by Pog Sounds to help him in combat, depending on the situation. He can bring along either normal Pog Sounds, the new armored Pog sound, or a mix of the two. Well, I mean, the design choice is interesting. I like the idea. It's like a boss that has minions. I think that adds a lot to the table for the gameplay variety. That is a very, very cool idea behind it. He seems to be more like, you know, rather than, you know, monstrosities and Darktide are kind of like supposed to be mindless creatures, where it's just like, you know, mutated shit. They don't really know what to do and stuff. Well, this guy kind of reminds me more of something that is smarter, even though it's obviously not gonna be smarter. It's still just a boss in a fucking horde shooter game. But you know what it is. Oh, so he's like a Roman enemy, so he has a patrol way of existing, but he's a boss still, so he's kind of like a demon host. Okay, I like that. This is actually pretty cool. The debuff of speed, I don't know, man. I kind of dislike that idea. This is like what Troll did with one attack in Vermintide, but he can just do it with every attack. That's gonna be a bit annoying. At least that seems to be the case, that we will finally have something of a line with the old demon host, where it's an actual threat rather than just a sitting down hunkered shitter that does completely nothing besides just existing. That isn't even annoying. We do have a new cool animation for when a Cyber Mastiff attacks the Pack Master, and he just think twice before you send your Cyber Mastiff his way. So it seems like he's gonna be able to like turn your dog, ground slams the Mastiff. I mean, still, either way, it's pretty interesting. I don't know how I feel about the debuff. Ready to fight the Pugmaster. We have a new armored friend set the fight in there. They will both appear in the next update. We're excited for more. Okay, so that's not it. That's not it. This is not the only thing they're gonna announce with the next update. There's just a small teaser of what they're adding. They will both appear in the next update, and while we're excited to share more, we'll dive into the details when the time is right. So there is more to this than just this as an update. Okay. I mean, I like the addition, that like from the perspective of just what it's gonna be, without being able to fight it yet, of course. It does seem to be an interesting addition to the game. I like this. Looks interesting. I like this. I do sincerely hope that he's also like gonna talk, because he's supposed to be like, you know, less mutated, like they're a bit less demonic or mutated monstrosity. So I do hope he has like actual voice lines where he's like taunting your shit. Maybe, I don't know, some sort. It's probably possible. Will be pretty cool as well to have something as that, like an addition to the game. So yeah, this enemy I'm rather excited about. Yeah, this looks pretty cool. I like this. A bit iffy about the debuff speed, but yeah, overall looks very interesting. I like this idea. Also, Pog sounds having different variants. Okay, it's armor, sure. Like I think armor is getting really fucking annoying, but he still looks cool. Okay, like he looks really fucking cool. I like this Pog sound a lot. This Pog sound looks cool as fuck. So I am kind of rather interested in this, let's just say. All I just sincerely hope for during this is that we're also gonna get something of a line with an optimization patch. Something. Like, they don't have to do everything right now, performance-wise, whatever. But I do hope that there's gonna be some sort of optimization patches and maybe some balance for Ogren. But would be nice, because if we're gonna add even more mobility impairment to the game, I do hope Ogrins get some sort of revision, at least, in the lightest way possible I can put it. I don't want to be like, you know, just blasting for no reason, but you know what I have as an opinion about Ogren. He really is a very, very fucking weak class and needs a lot of work done to him, especially in mobility department. So adding more mobility impairment into the game is going to make him really, really hard to exist even more in the space of every class's mobility. He's just kind of being left behind. So I do hope that there's going to be some sort of stuff like that there. But priority to me still is optimization. I get it. Like, there's a lot of issues with balance and stuff in this game. Sure. But I still think optimization should take the most priority. The game is running like actual cheeks butthole. It's so bad. The servers are very unstable. There's so many problems with performance situations where certain parts of the map just run terrible. Sure, you can brute force it with like super good hardware. I have a very strong PC and I can play this game relatively above 90 FPS 99% of the time. But this is not about me. This is about people that want to try the game and play the game, so we can get more players into the game sphere. So like optimization should take most priority over everything else. It's a nice addition to the game still. I really like this. This looks really interesting. I'm kind of hyped about it, excited and shit, but still, I do hope that we get some sort of optimization for this game. But nonetheless, very cool. And really interested to see how this works in the game.